Hello everybody, my name is Noid. Today we'll be talking about the new hunter that just got released, the Clerk, and I'm going to teach you how to actually use her because there's a lot of people that probably still don't understand how to use her when they purchase and obtain her because it's kind of a little bit confusing at the start. There's so much button that you have to look to. So I'm going to teach you what button does what and how do you actually do stuff. Okay. Let's get right into it. Alright, the first thing we gotta do when we started in the match is start fighting Survivor and we need to record them. This is your record button. Once you hold onto it, you're able to start recording on Survivor. If you tap without holding it, you'll record your own action, which I will explain later. When you start recording, you can wait for 12 seconds for it to end itself or you can stop it right away. After you recorded an action, you receive a clip. Like example, if you're recording someone pulling down pallets, there's gonna be a clip of a pallet icon. So you have to get used to all these clips icons. I will show you each icon of these actions later. Also, while you're recording a Survivor, their vaulting speed will be slowed down by 20% and Hunter can see the aura for the entire time. Now, the second button ability that you have to learn right now is the reverse and forward button because this is what allows you to use the clip that you just recorded from Survivor or yourself. What it does is, for example, you're able to control the clip to make it pull down a pallet or pulling it back up or regress the cipher progress or even increase the cipher progress, which I will tell you later why you want to do that. One tip that I can give you is at the start of the match, just click on the button and make sure you're on reverse because this button is much more useful than the forward because you will be using reverse in most of the situation. So I suggest you to master it. Once you get a bit better, then only learn to master toggle between reverse and forward. Now, the third ability that is easier for you to understand, this ability right here works like the Hunter's Nightmare, where she can hold a skill to select and choose cipher, rocket chair, or exit gate, which allow you to take a peek and view the cipher machine like sculptures or Mad Eye's ability with only 5-second cooldown. The main use of this ability is usually you inspect a cipher at the start of the game and see if there's a Survivor decoding. Then you will hold down the record button to record the decoding Survivor. After you're done recording, you will get 2 cipher clips and then change the replay button to reverse and 1 tap on the cipher clip so it will backward regress the cipher progress, slowing it down. Now, once you unlock your first presence, you're able to lock windows, ciphers, and exit gates. If you recorded a Survivor before they vaulted a window and instantly cut the recording after they finish vaulting, you will automatically block the window from being vaulted again by Survivor for 10 seconds. This also applies to ciphers and exit gate. However, don't worry, as Hunter you can still vault the window even though it was blocked by your skill. This is very strong as it is very useful for you to cut down those pallet and window loops, so be careful, don't even try to loop her in the same area. Next, we're gonna talk about when she finally got her full presence. After she maximized her full presence, that's where she gets better for your utility. What it does is it cuts down any unnecessary action like running animation in your recording and only keep the main interaction of that recording. Like for example, when you're recording a Survivor pulling down the pallet, before that, they will be running, right? Once you receive the full presence, you just have to keep this skill on all the time. Just don't touch it because it makes your life easier. Basically, your clips will only do pulling down pallets animation and no more running animation included. So now you already know some basics of her ability. Let's dive in even further with some details. You can record yourself attacking by only tapping the record button and put down the clips to attack Survivor. However, her clips attack is only half the damage of a regular attack and does not terror shock. But if you have detention, it'll be 100% attack. There's also 1 second delay before the clips start attacking, so you really have to be good in prediction. Also, don't forget that in order for the clips to deal damage, your replay button have to be in forward instead of reverse. So be sure to pay attention to that or else your attack swing will not count. She can reduce cipher decoding if you're using reverse button on your clip and can also increase decoding progress with the forward replay. There's one useful way of using the forward replay on cipher late game. Survivor are known to hold on the last cipher from being popped at the end game before doing a rescue on chair. As Clerk, you can force that prime cipher to pop while having someone tied up to the chair to put pressure on the Survivor side. You can also record yourself doing any sort of interaction like breaking pallets, vaulting, or breaking the cipher with abnormal. But when you put the clip down, be sure to replay it on forward instead of reverse, just like when you're recording attack action, or else it will not work. With the exception to Hunter vaulting, you can have it at reverse or forward. Speaking of abnormal, you can also record yourself using abnormal and put it on the decoded cipher. The cipher will then be blocked from being decoded for 10 seconds if you already unlock your first presence. However, the effect from the clips will only reduce by half, just like attack clips. Remember to use forward replay or else it will not work because any assaulting action need to be on forward, not reverse. So how do you block an exit gate? The way you can block an exit gate during endgame is by recording a survivor decoding on the exit gate and somehow make them stop for a bit by teleporting there or use attack lifts. With your first presence already unlocked, the gate will automatically be blocked by itself. But remember, it only blocked for 10 seconds. Now, for the personal trait that we will use on her, I'll recommend full left for insolence and full down for red eyes detention. This is especially good because she doesn't really require confined space to block the window when she can already do it herself with her first presence. Full left insolence is just to get her presence maxed out faster because that is very important for her, and detention is just for the end game. Feel free to copy this if you would like to give it a try. For her skill trait, for a beginner I would suggest to go with teleport for more map coverage, or if you're dealing with a lot of stun, harasser, survivor team, go with excitement. And if you're confident with your hunting skill and prefer cutting chase down early, you could always go for blink, although I don't really think she need that, but she could. Lastly, this hunter has some great synergy with abnormal, which will decrease decoding progress, and combo it with her skill, it makes it become harder to complete a cipher. However, do not think of this as something overpowered because it is not. Just a final tip in case if you're identity 5 PC player like me, playing with the default configuration button is hard and complicated, so might as well configure your own setting for this specific hunter to make it easier to control, because I can tell you she definitely requires multiple different buttons to function properly. Anyway, my name is Noid and I make identify guides on Hunter and Survivor, so if you would like to see more guides and tutorial on using specific character, please consider subscribing because that will make me happy making videos for you. Also, I stream live on twitch.tv/playingallnoid, link in the description, and I'll see you in another video. Bye bye!